was great to catch up with Kevin Nethercott. Kevin is one of the founders and the managing director of the CPaaS Acceleration Alliance. We met at last year's Mobile World Congress, so it was great to catch up and see what's new.
Kevin, it's so great to see you. I can't believe it's been a year since we met on an airplane on the way here.
Yeah.
You know, tell me about this last year and kind of the difference between where we were last year and where we're at this year as far as the Alliance.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year in such a good way. Yeah, when we were here last year, I think we had 2 members on the books. And we met so many great companies here last year that really set us off and kicked off the year from that point. And we're now sitting a year later with 80 plus members.
That's awesome. Congratulations, first of all.
Thanks.
I mean, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, I think it's less about us and more about where we're at as an industry.
Okay.
So much is being, is converging. When you look at what's happening with the UCaaS, CCaaS space, and opening up more APIs that way. And then you take with all the announcements last year with Open Gateway Initiative and Kamara. There's so much traction and momentum around that. And given that API flavor to that, along with the CPaaS APIs, it's just kind of been this natural, almost like magnets coming together and working together that way.
Well, I know you guys have a partnership now with the GSMA. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're really excited about this. I think we've got a unique situation where, because of our membership, we have such a broad ecosystem, right? And I think between all of them, they probably represent, who knows, maybe 1 million plus developers, which on the other side of that then is a whole grundle of enterprises. And what's missing kind of in this whole storyline is how are we going to monetize all this really new, cool technology and these new concepts? And we're in a unique position through these relationships and our members where we really focus on the soft side of the business, as you know, and what are the use cases? How do you price for this? How do you take it to market? What are the channels? And so because of that background, we're able to kind of act as a proxy back to this new ecosystem that's being developed around the telco APIs and OGI. And so that's what GSMA has asked us to do. So we'll be working with our members to help bring forth monetization models, use cases, because if we can't get people to pay for it and take it to market, what's the use, right?
Yeah. Well, I know the carrier story's been just how do we find more revenue, because especially here in Europe, the price kind of market constraints and the investments they're having to make, they're really having to expand, their vision of what they're doing, to drive revenue. And certainly this can be a big part of that.
Absolutely. I mean, they've made a huge investment into 5G. Unfortunately, we're not able to charge more for speed. And so it really is now the use cases that are going to drive the monetization of that huge investment.
Well, and then you've got the emphasis of, the big buzzwords now are CX and AI. And of course, those are going to help accelerate your accelerator. Here.
Absolutely. I mean, those are absolutely what's driving all of this, right? And within the Alliance, I think another thing that's really interesting is the concept of user groups. So we have groups that focus just on the telco APIs. We have an AI and data group. We have a security and trust group, and then a converged communication. So we have the members now enabled to work together. And I really want to give them credit because the way that they're collaborating is amazing. I mean, clearly they compete in certain areas, but everyone recognizes that we're at a unique point in the market right now where we really need to focus on raising the tide. I mean, we'll duke it out 3 years from now in the lobby of some customers, I'm sure. But for now, there's a lot of advantages to working together, and that's the spirit that all of our members are bringing to our roundtables, our in-person meetings. CASA 23 was absolutely that way.
Of course.
And so I really have to give them a lot of credit in how they're engaged and helping this move forward.
Awesome. Last question. I've seen some cool things here, like things that kind of inspired me that I was just, that make it worth coming over. Is there one moment so far that kind of stands out to you as kind of either a specific moment or a kind of a takeaway that you were that got you really excited?
Yeah, well, I think, first of all, for us, I guess maybe, if I think about your first question, having a booth here just a year later is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
You come here for years, and here we are.
Yeah. Oh,
but
that's great.
I think just the number of interesting companies around the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. We're meeting companies that I've never heard of,
Yep.
from countries I've never been to.
Yeah.
They've got hundreds of employees. They're doing really cool things.
Yep.
They've got these use cases that they're doing, and so I think for me, it's kind of a little bit of that entrepreneurial piece, the global piece.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's cool technology all over, but more the human element of it is really what's really cool for me.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations to you and your team for getting this thing launched, getting it off the ground, and a year later, here you are with a booth at Mobile World Congress. Awesome job, and thanks for your time today.
You bet.
Yeah, great
Thanks,
to see
Tom.
you. Yeah.
Maybe we'll share a ride home.
Yeah. No. Awesome.
For more information on the Alliance, go to CPaaSAA.com.